Welcome back. Today I have another account review, guys. Today we have TK. Okay, they are a C player. Okay, they are F2P purchased Lynae subscription like 3 or 4 times before and BP once. Okay, skill level, not a sweaty player, can do 1, 2, 3, and some low tier quick swap XD. I just played a game for the characters. Smiley face. Okay. Notes: average day one player with pretty decent builds. Don't have special file or arrow teams, but has pretty much every element coverage though. I can clear TOA pretty easily, and in-state is also pretty easy since I have so many teams. As for Weewa, I don't sweat that hard, so I usually only try to go for max rewards in the infinite turret. Nothing too fancy, just the usual teams and units to showcase. I also have a lot of gacha luck, so you might find a lot of signature whippers as well. But despite all that, I'm pure F2P. Okay, same pure F2P. After saying you purchase some things is not pure F2P, but you could consider yourself slightly F2P plus. Okay, and then with a little bit of Blue Knight passes, which I purchased back then, and a BP, which I got back in version 1.4. Don't remember. Just focus on anything you like to check out. I'm fairly proud of my Aemeath echoes aside from the one cost. My other builds are kind of decent, but I'm still working on my hiyuki. A little side note, I have 2 characters with sequences, so try finding them. Okay, we'll try finding them. But that's gonna be it for TK's account review notes. Let's go see what his account has to offer. But before we do that, let's have a word for today's sponsor. Are you looking to get Lynae for cheaper? With Enjoy GM, it's a safe way that lets you get in-game top-ups at a discount up to 21% off compared to the official price. The $100 pack only costs $80 here, which is an insane discount. Confused on how to top up? All you need is your UID, server region, no giving your password away. And after you do that, you're gonna look over in the game, and then you should get it here in a second. Boom, there you go. The Lynae subscription has hit my account. I'm going to show you guys this is my account right here. As you see, my name, my YouTube. Better yet, by clicking my link in the description and being a new user to Enjoy GM, you get an extra 8% coupon on your first top bonus on any game you desire. Not only that, Enjoy GM is trusted by the PCI DSS with a 4.6 review, so you can shop safely with no problem. What are you waiting for? Use my link to hurry up and get those discounts and sweet old good pull with Enjoy GM. Okay, here we are on TK's account. Their thing is free to play but backwards. Okay, exceptional. They are a March 21st baby. Okay, let's see what they have on a friends list. Let's see. Dorito, exceptional. And then whatever that's supposed to say. That's very interesting. But they have quite the few friends. Some of the most I've seen. They have a lot of people names like nickname, which is very exceptional. Besides that, they have like a few players that still play the game. Some of them don't really play anymore, which is okay. Do they have any S6 characters here? I don't think I see any Max Duke characters besides like Rover or something like that. But that's gonna be it for the friends list. Let's go look at the pools. They have one Lunite to their name, which is very exceptional. Besides that, they have like no pools. Let's look at the shop. They have 19 coral. Okay. Let's look at the Lunite subscription. They have no Lunite subscription, and then purchase. They have no purchase. Okay, so let's go look at their characters. Okay, now for the characters, this Hiyuki build is pretty good. Her ER is not that high though because we are in the new region, so she has like 18 ER. Besides that, the Hiyuki build is pretty good. This is a 100% crit rate, a little bit over crit, but it's perfectly fine. I'd rather be over crit than under crit. So yeah. Besides that, the Hiyuki build is pretty good. You have her sig, and then you have 34% of liberation damage, which is very nice. Has her sig. Yeah, this is good. This is good. This is good how you can build. I don't think the none of the dupes is here though. I'm gonna try to guess. I am gonna try to guess what characters has the dupes. Do we have the Lucilla? This also is probably like an 18 ER ish, 16 ER Lucilla. Besides that, the build is pretty good. Also a 100% crit rate Lucilla. She is on the she's on a 100% crit rate, which is very nice. Besides that, no dupes here either. And then we have potential girl. Potential on the heel set. Very nice. I definitely think you should be running not this echo but this echo instead, because this one is just a little bit better. Besides that, is a pretty good build for her with her being on the heel set. And then we have no dupes on her also. Pretty good. And then we have the Yang. The pretty good. This is good enough. definitely could use a tiny bit of work. Besides that, the build is very good. I definitely would max out these traces here. I would definitely max out these traces here, but yeah, yeah, pretty good Yang Yang build. It definitely needs a tiny bit more work. And we have Aemeath. This is a little bit under 100% crit rate Aemeath, but besides that, the ER is pretty nice. And you have 36% liberation damage, which is very nice. Yeah, this is pretty good. Pretty good. Do I think the Aemeath has the dupes though? Also, you should definitely max out all of this. All of this. I don't think the Aemeath has the dupes. I don't think. Okay, yeah. I didn't feel like she had dupes. And then we have Mornye. Okay, pretty good Mornye build. Good enough Mornye build. Good enough Mornye. I would definitely max out her ultimate. The damage is not a lot, but the damage is also not bad. It's not a lot, but it's also not bad. Yeah, and then yeah, no dupes on Mornye either. I don't think she had the dupes. Then we have Lynae. This Lynae build is fine. You're getting the ER. The crit damage is at least over 230. I would definitely max out these two. I would definitely max out these two. And then besides that, I don't think she has the deuce either. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Besides that, the Lennyville is honestly not bad. Not that bad. Not that bad. Pretty high crit, so she's gonna be hitting all her crits basically. And then yeah, and then we had the Cho Yan. I think I might know who has the dupes. I think Cho Yan might have the dupes. If Cho Yan doesn't have the dupes and he's on two piece arrow, then yeah, you definitely should turn this to two piece moonlit with the four cost being the heron. Actually, ooh, I don't think he has the dupes anymore. I don't think he has the dupes anymore. Yeah. After seeing his traces not being fully maxed out, he didn't have the dupes. But hey, pretty good build, pretty good build. But I would definitely, since you don't have any dupes on him, just change him to the two piece moonlit instead. Because his damage is honestly not a lot. So yes, let's go to Galbrina. This is a pretty good Galbrina build, except for the ER. Except for the ER, it's a pretty good Galbrina build. I I don't think Galbrina has the dukes, but something telling me she might have the dukes. I'm gonna just say no. I'm gonna just say no. Okay, I'm glad I stuck with my gut. She doesn't have 80 dukes. Besides that, pretty good Galbrina build, except for the ER. Besides that, you're chilling. Augusta. Now this one is hard. This is probably the hardest one out of all of them to tell if she has dukes or not. Because with Augusta builds, some people build their Augustas like this, but realistically, Augusta builds look like this for when they have the S2. I don't. Is her traces maxed out? Her traces are not maxed out. I don't think she has the S2. I don't think she does. Okay, she didn't have her S2. Okay, very, very exceptional. I've been guessing right so far. I've been guessing right. Besides that, the Augusta build is pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I just wish you were at the 230 crit damage, but hey, you're close enough. You're close enough. You're close enough. And then we had the phrolova. Hmm. Yeah. I mean, I didn't even get to say if I don't think phrolova has the dukes or not. I didn't even include the dukes, but yeah, I also didn't think she had the dupes. I wanted to look at her traces first, but yeah, you should definitely max out this. By the way, definitely max out her little intro skill. It does a lot of damage. Yeah, but besides that, a good for low build. It's a good for low build. You have a lot of attack though. Are you an attack 3 cost? Okay, you're not. You just got some good attack rolls. Okay. And then we had the Cantarella. Okay, I think I might know who has the dupes. Or this could just be a really good Cantarella build. That is insane. You have ER roll on every echo or something? Or you just you're on an ER3 cost. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, I don't think she has the dupes no more. But this almost baited me. This almost baited me. But yeah, she does not have the dupes. She does not have the dupes. She does not have the dupes. That is a really good controller build though. Definitely, I definitely like the ER3 cost running here. Yeah, because getting her ultimate is very important in the rotation. And then we have the Brant. What am I? Yeah. So I'm just gonna delete the build. Okay, you don't even have his sig. Yeah. So it explains a lot. Then there's oh my god, holy. This Brent Slender is diabolical. Yeah. This Brent Slender is diabolical. So if this is the case, that means the dudes that he has on is down here. It's down here. It's like a very early carry. Okay, this is a disgusting Carlotta build. How are you even at that much crit rate? How are you even at that much crit? 9.3, 9.3, 8.7, 9.3, 7.5. That is diabolical. This is a pretty diabolical Carlotta build. This is a pretty diabolical Carlotta build. Because like our Carlotta builds is almost the same, but you have like 9 more crit rate than me. The ER is kind of like whatever. It just depends on how you rotate her. And then like I have a little bit higher crit damage than you, but like the higher crit rate is very much better as exceptional. Do I think Carlotta has the dupes? This is a hard one. I'm gonna just say no. Although I feel like I'm really wrong here, I'm gonna just say no. Okay, thank God, thank God. Okay, so Carlotta build really good, really good, even without any dupes. This is a really good, and then you have 31% skill damage, which is very very nice. And we have Camellia. Uh, okay, the build is good besides the crit damage. You are running a crit rate 4. Honestly, it's bad because you're running a crit rate 4. It's fine. I would definitely max out her traces. You definitely need her traces maxed out nowadays because she just has no team. But do I think this Camellia has dupes? I really want to say yes. I really want to say yes. I'm gonna say no though. Oh my god, she had dupes. Oh, she had dupes. This is a good S2, by the way. This is a really good S2. Your crit damage is fine then since you have her S1. It's fine. It's fine. But I definitely would still try to get more crit damage if you can. But I would definitely maintain the crit rate over trying to go for more crit damage, definitely. So I'm pretty sure that's what you was doing. But the S1 for this is very, very good. And then you have the S2, which is exceptionally, exceptionally good. If somehow, some way she gets a rerun, I would definitely try to go for more dupes on Camellia. At least bare minimum S3 because this S3 is diabolical. It's diabolical. Yeah, because on usually these type of buffs on character dupes is not really good. But since Camellia herself already buffs like so much of her self stats, like she gives herself so much self stats, which is like just diabolical. Like you could just you just read through her kit and you'll just see she gives herself a lot of self buffs on top of these stealth buffs, it will just stack on very, very nicely. She doesn't have any like oversaturated stats in her stuff whenever it comes to her stealth buffing. So it works out very, very well. But at least you have her S2, so I know you hit very hard on this Camellia. But I really did want to say she had to do simply because her crit damage was kind of low and you went for higher crit rate. So I was guessing maybe like this had to be like an S1 Camellia, but I was wrong. I was wrong. The Camellia did have the dupes. And then we had the shorekeeper. Hmm. This is a good shorekeeper. I would definitely max out her intro. I would definitely max out her intro. Yeah, I didn't think she had the dupes though. Mostly we don't go for dupes on supports for some odd reason. Because supports last longer than DPSs. But Zhang Liao, am I about to get baited again? Also, 0 ER on Zhang Liao is kind of really bad. I feel like I'm gonna get baited again, but I want to say he has no dupes. Okay, great. Yeah. I would definitely max out all his traces. But besides that, definitely try to get ER. Like your builds is close to mine. I don't know if you've seen my own personal counter review I did for mine, which should be like 1 or 2 latest videos. Um, our builds is basically almost identical. I just had the 90 crit rate with 250 crit damage, and I have like 120 ER. So you need to replicate my crit damage. You got good on the crit rate, but I would definitely try to at least get close to 120 ER so you can like guarantee his ultimate every rotation, and you're pretty much done. Chang Li, okay, this Chang Li definitely doesn't have dudes. You can like immediately tell when a Chang Li is S2. Also, I would definitely max out all of her traces. I would definitely max out all her traces, but yeah, the Chang Li, besides that, it needs a little bit work. The ER is kind of too bad. The crit rate is good. The crit damage is like okay. Yeah, and then we had the Yinlin. Okay, she's kind of homeless. She's kind of homeless. I know you have her Sig, but yeah, she's kind of homeless. If you do use her for like Genshi, for example, I would try maxing out at least these, of course, and then like this, and you pretty much is done. I would say the intro too, because her intro basically always hits. But yeah, but yeah. Wait, I skipped over Genshi. I just realized this is a really good Genshi build. Do you have her skin? Yo, you gotta get her skin, yo. Yo, you gotta get her skin. Yo, it's F2P to have skins, by the way. It's F2P to have skins. So get her skin. Besides that, the Jinshi build is really, really good. Really, really good. Do I think Jinshi's S2? Yes, I do. Okay, yes. Exceptional S2, by the way. But the S2 is like kind of whatever. The S2 is only good for like farming. But like the S1 is really, really good. This one's really, really good. Besides that, pretty exceptional. Pretty exceptional. I know you hit very hard on this Jinshi because that is a really, really good Jinshi build. Almost really close to mine. Almost identical to mine. How much skill damage you have? Yeah, you have a pretty good skill damage too, which is very nice. Besides that, I think we're pretty much done. You have the S6 Farina. I need the S6 Farina so I can run her DPS better. Besides that, we have a Zhuzha down here, which is kind of homeless, but it's a good enough. It's good enough. Yeah, it's good enough because yeah, she's really just a buff and bot. Besides that, I think that's really about it. This is a really good Sanhua. This is a really good Sanhua. I would definitely try to level up your Sanhua because Sanhua damage is not bad per se, especially with a build like this on with the S5, I think it is, giving her an extra 100 crit damage. So this is realistically a 330 crit damage, which is very nice. So I would try to abuse her damage a little bit, especially since you're probably running her with your Sanhua or your Camellia most of the time. So it would help out Camellia a little bit, even though you probably won't need it because you do have an S2 Camellia, and the S2 Camellia does still hit hard till this day. Besides that, oh, you have Lucy. Bro just has a Lucy and Rebecca sitting down here. Okay. They're in the works. They're in the works. They're in the works. What the freak? What is Luke doing down here? What the freak? What is Luke doing down here? Yeah, so he has some characters he still needs to build. That's a little diabolical. That he just has Luke and Rebecca and and Lucy's just all down here. That's just insane. But let's go look at his in-game clears and the rest of the stuff. Okay, so when it comes to his TO, he is indeed full clearing. Okay, so left tower, he's solo with Carlotta and then just use the phrolova here, slamming that easily, and then use the Camellia over here. And I know she like probably two-tap that thing. And then we have the Aemeath in the middle tower that I'm pretty sure he just probably used like hiyuki here. Yeah, he probably used like hiyuki or something. Which is very, very exceptional. Besides that, let's go look at his Whippering Waste in DPM. Okay, Whippering Waste. Let's look at this. We have a 3.4k and a 3k with the hiyuki and phrolova for a 6.4k kill. That is exceptional, by the way, exceptional. And then we have the 3.4k again for the hiyuki and the 2.1 for the phrolova, which I'm pretty sure is like full havoc curve, was lead to another 5.6k, which is very, very exceptional for the Wiwa. And then we have Double Bomb Matrix. We have a 8k score clear here with the Aemeath. And then we have the Galbrina hitting a 5.7k here, and then a 5.5 here with the Phrolova. And then a 8k clear with the Carlotta. Exceptional, exceptional. And then a Jinshi easy 5k clear. I definitely think it'll probably been a little better if you ran Shorekeeper instead. But also, this team kind of depends on how you playing it. The Yinland Jinshi team go crazy. It just kind of depends on how you playing it. And then we had the hiyuki get a 6.6k clear here. Bro didn't even use his Camellia. Exceptional. Let's go look at his overworld expiration. Okay, overworld expiration. We have 1.x basically fully 100% it, and then we have the new area. Just get bros get in there, bros get in there. And then we have 3.x is fully 100%, and then we have the 2.x is also fully 100%, and Black Shores fully 100%. So pretty much just need to get this done, and then bros done. Okay, for my final thoughts on this account, it's pretty good. Just some quite interesting characters that's not built, like Brent, and then we have the Lucy and Rebecca and Luke down here. I'm just gonna guess you just got the Luke, but the Lucy and Rebecca, I'm just gonna guess you got them and just haven't found time to build them yet. Besides that, everything seems pretty good. There really wasn't any like bad builds, honestly. Like you had pretty much good builds on like all of your characters, like overly usable builds. Like yeah, like all these character builds are good. So I think you're chilling. The only thing I would say you need to change is literally just this one. Like putting bro on two-piece moonlit was really about it, but it's not something I would stress over a lot. And then besides that, you're pretty much chilling, honestly. I really think you're chilling. Like you have some really good builds, especially just Colada build. This Colada build's diabolical, bro. This is a diabolical Colada build. I don't know how you're reaching the 80 crit rate almost based by, which is insane. And then besides that, is everything else is good. Can't really say you have a bad account, so not too much to say. So let me just go give you now for your grade. Like I said, your account's not bad, and you have a bunch of teams, so like you're overly chilling. Like you got a 40k in DPM, which you could definitely get higher on some of those scores. So yeah, but like I said, you're a 1, 2, 3 merchant. So do your 1, 2, 3s. If you're full clear in game, then you don't have to worry about it. you're getting your clears. All those teams 5 could clear, even with you doing your 1, 2, 3s on them. So it's perfectly fine. So when it comes to your grade, I would say you're about an A plus. I really want to give you an S minus, but I don't think I can because, like I said, you did pull good dupes. Don't get me wrong, you did pull good dupes. Maybe if you pull like one more extra or one or two more extra dupes, like kind of like an S1 Mornye or something like that, and like one more dupe character like S2 Aemeath or something, then I could safely give you an S minus account or something like that. But I think for right now, you're chilling at an S, I mean, A plus. But I wouldn't say your account's too far from S minus either. It's really not. It's really not. Because like I said, these dupes are good and your character builds are good. Maybe if your player skill level was a little bit higher, I could give it an S minus. But for right now, I think an A plus is a cool safe spot for you right now. I think it's a cool safe spot for you right now. But don't stress it too much. Your account is really not that far from an S minus. It's really not. It's really not. But besides that, that's gonna be in today's content. I got a lot of work to do and I want to go get some sleep. But anyways, that's gonna be it for today's video. If you guys like this type of content, you should definitely like, comment, and subscribe. And you should definitely join my Discord because we're right there. We're literally so close to 1,000 subs. So we are gonna do that monthly giveaway soon for 10 players. So definitely join my Discord. It's the only way you can join the little giveaway or whatever. But that's gonna be it. I'm gonna get out of here. You guys have a wonderful night, wonderful morning, wonderful afternoon, or wherever you are. Anyways, peace out.